this for me. Probably what I'm doing. Every day in the studio. Every day in the studio. Every day no fully shit. In the streets with the Yeezys on. In the streets with the hoodie.
No games. It's Portland's #1 dating show and podcast. Back again, like we've never left, and we just keep coming at new situations. We're Mr. Worldwide. We here, we're there. But one thing I gotta say is because everyone keeps commenting. I'm gonna take a sip of this water. Respectfully. Anyway, before I talk to you about my lovely guests, we have, what do you call it? Let me make sure this is right. Koss, you guys always say that after 3 episodes, Koss goes missing. Koss is, doing his day job, and, some things happen. And once again, if you, donate to $herobob, we can see Koss more often. It pays to have him. But you got me. But before we get started into anything, I have 2 wonderful people here with me today.
Yes,
long
sir.
time coming.
Wow.
And man, I promise, he's, let's just say this. One of my great friends, but he's a part of a group, and this group is taking over. Yeah. And they have so many things they want to give to the Seattle area, the Portland area, but before,
West Coast.
the West Coast. But without further ado, the next top street brand,
Yes, sir.
in America, then globally, the takeover. You got AØDWear in the building.
Come on, man. Big
Represent AØD in the building, bro. Let's get it.
Come on, man.
So, what do you call it? For the people who don't know, because, I know a little bit.
Yeah.
I just want to ask, how did AØDWear start? Did y'all have a fashion battle at a family reunion and be like, nah, I'm flexing. I got, I had the better idea or something like. How did it all come together? Let us know.
You want me to go?
I
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, basically it was 2013. I think around that time, me and Uwila were really we were really just trying to pursue business in whichever way we could. And during that time, we just had an idea where we were like, yo, we should, because we're Zambian, we were like, yo, we should start trying to combine like the traditional Zambian garments with like modern streetwear and t-shirts. So that's how we started. Was we took like what you call chitenge fabric, and we cut that apart, and then we like sewed it onto a t-shirt. We're like, oh damn, we got something here. But it took a couple of years until we really started going, and I think I think it took like 3 years because I went to school and I was figuring my stuff out. Uwila was working, figuring his stuff out, so it just took some time for us to kind of be in synchronicity. And yeah, so late 2016 is when we started. Yep.
All right. Can you verify this?
Nah, for sure. That's exactly the timeline. I mean, for me at the time, I was helping out with my friend. He has his own clothing brand, so I was seeing like the ins and outs of how he ran his. And then, me and Josh just sat up. I went to his house. I forgot what day it was, maybe after Easter or something. Mm-hmm. And he was home from school, from college. And then, we just had this idea, like, damn, what if we put this chitenge, the Zambian garment, on the shirt, and on the sleeves to see how it turned out. And it looked good. So, man, like 3 years after that, we finally just decided to go and actually do something with it. And, here we are. Come on, man.
Oh my goodness, that is the introduction to AØDWear.
Come on.
And the
AØD,
reason why I
AØD.
wanted this is why I wanted to at least lead with AØDWear first, AØD, is because that's what I want y'all to see first. But I'm not gonna front. I've said some stories. Maybe it might have been about somebody here, maybe by somebody else. But these are some real good brothers.
Yes,
into
sir.
my love.
Appreciate that, man.
And I
You
have a horrible enunciation problem. So if I say your name wrong, it's because I'm overhyped. But
Yeah.
Uwila. We have
Yeah.
Uwila to
You
my
say it
left.
right every time,
Bro,
bro.
I always
Hey.
think that. And then I got my boy Josh on the side.
Come on, man.
And the reason why I want to do you guys an introduction like that is because I want people to see and know that.
Yeah.
But behind every brand and everything that you do, the first thing when we get to this earth, we advertise ourselves. And there's something that you bring to this brand that we'll get over and we'll get in and talk about. But like, I want to introduce you guys as, you know, the people, the person.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's different than y'all's business.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
coming
Yeah.
to the Play No Games podcast, we
I
got
like this.
Uwila to my left.
Yes,
we
sir.
got Josh to my right.
Sir,
And
get
my
it.
thing is, to the both of you guys, because like now we know how you guys started, how you guys came together.
Yeah.
But what got y'all, and y'all can flip a coin, don't matter. What got y'all into fashion? Because that comes from an inner soul thing. Because your swag,
Yeah.
you know, is different from his swag.
Yeah, it's
And I'm
definitely
just
different.
curious, as you as the person, what brought y'all into fashion?
Wheeler start.
I mean, for me, shit is just a way to express yourself. You know, always moving and going to different schools, and you know, just finding a way to just stick out and be yourself. That was one way for me, and just after high school, because in high school I was just basketball. I just loved basketball. That's all I was doing. So
hooped?
yeah, I was hooping.
Yeah, he
bro.
was
Ooh,
big
you
time.
filthy?
Big time.
I was
hooper,
nice, man.
Big time. I was
Ooh.
hooping.
Learn shit about people today.
Yeah, I was cool. I was a cool little hooper, man. But yeah, after that, like I had to find a different passion because I was so passionate about basketball. I had to find a way to translate that to something else. And fashion just became something I loved, especially when I was helping out. Like I said, I was helping out my friend with his line. So that's when I really fell in love with like the journey of how to build a brand and what people were fucking with and whatnot. So yeah, that's where my love for fashion came.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, go
All
on.
right.
Yeah.
All right, this knucklehead over here. What brought you to the fashion game, man?
Hey, for me, you know what I'm saying? Like high school, I would say, no, I would say middle school, right? I always knew what the best brands were. I knew what the fits were. I was like, damn, this, and this. But like from middle school to high school, like I couldn't afford it. But I always knew. So I would do with what I had. You feel me? So I was like, you know, get my little Marshalls fits and shit. Like, I'm not going to sit here in front like, nigga, you know, like, shit, I was rocking Bape. Like, some people had that, like, in high school, Bape, all that. It's like, bro, I just didn't have the money for it. But I knew the brands. I knew what was hot, knew what wasn't. And so I was always keen. I always had a keen eye to it and the sneaker culture as well. And I think once I started actually getting some of my own cash, that's when I started really, like, being able to, like we was talking about, express myself in that lane and start copping the stuff that I love or the stuff that I've been admiring for years and stuff. So that's kind of my path, and I love it, man. And you know, you always want to look good. That's the way people receive you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be looking raggedy. So I always keep myself right. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Come
keep
on.
myself put together.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you know, we all about playing no games here, so I'm just keep it. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck.
Said, keep it a buck.
And
Let's get it.
has there ever been a fashion faux pas that you have had and you just played it off?
True.
Like it was like, this is a lit outfit, but like in the back of your head, he's like, God damn it, I fucking failed. Because
all the time, bro.
I got a story, and it was back in high school.
Yeah.
And I'll just say, I almost fought one of my,
talk to us.
friends.
Talk to us. What was
You know,
it?
my godson's, you know, uncle.
Sick
And
God, son.
my mom for the very first time let me run my budget a little bit, and I went to like, it was like Target or some shit like that, and it was like a chicken shirt, and I was like, this is a funny chicken shirt, and I was like, on Friday at Jefferson High School, I got to put that shit on. I was proud of that motherfucker. And it said something stupid, and it was like, chicken. And then that nigga came.
But you gotta give context to Jeff too, though.
Oh, okay.
You gotta give context at the school too.
So Jeff is Portland's only like black school.
So basically, for the Seattle viewers, Jeff is basically Rainier Beach.
Oh, I don't even know, but
Jeff is Rainier Beach.
I'm gonna let my guy.
It's a Portland version of Rainier Beach. That's what it is.
So pretty much, it's like I go to school. I got my regular fits. I got my outfits where I'm not gonna get stung on. I got all that right. And on Friday, I woke up. My mom's like, "Well, baby, we gotta go." I was like, I throw on my chicken shirt, And then I get in first period. You know, things is cool. Like I'm jamming, and then the guy looks back and he just looks at me. And then at the end of Mr. Steinbach's class, I'm walking up to D floor, and this guy's like, "Hey, Bob, hey Rob, fuck your chicken shirt. That shit's stupid as fuck." I mean to tell you, and shout out to Anthony Wheeler and Noah Koenig. For the very first time in my life, I had two niggas hold me back. I was gonna fight a nigga over a chicken shirt. I was like, you don't know what it took for me to get this shirt. Hey, fuck you, bro, and all this other shit. And looking back at it now, that chicken shirt was weak as fuck. And I'm glad I had the confidence to wear it, but it was a fashion faux pas.
Bro had the chicken shirt, bro.
Hilarious.
That's hella funny.
It's the pride that got you.
Oh my God.
I love that shit. As soon as you put that on, you're like, yo, this is the one.
I had to admit it was not the best. But I'm just, curious. Have y'all, maybe in high school, maybe, recently, has there been like a situation you're like, I shouldn't wear that. I ain't gonna wear that combination again.
Yeah, bro. I mean, the fashion game is a trial and error type game, so you're gonna have to try some shit that don't work sometimes.
Okay, okay.
I mean, that's something I had learned, but you can't be afraid to try something. That's the thing, because something might be popping that someone else doesn't see until later. Like, damn, that was really a fit. He got that one off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely had those moments. I remember in high school, there was definitely when I first moved to Issaquah High School, and for people over here that don't know, it's like rich white area, and like the very few people of color over there for sure. So I pulled up with like a 2X or 3XL jacket with like some size 13 Vans polka dot with the size
those.
36 jeans, all black with the nice, Josh remembers, bro, for real.
Damn, I just had the flashback, bro.
That shit was huge,
He just
bro.
took me back
I was
to
looking like
08,
a clown.
bro.
Bro, I thought that was hard. I was like, yo, I'm going to get this one off. I wear size 11 shoes, so I was really trying to make that work.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I was like, I had to get this fit off. I had to get it off.
Okay, hey, I ain't mad at you.
I had to get it off, man. I'm telling you.
Did anybody try to challenge you?
Oh, I mean, I'm a black guy in a white school, and I just moved. No one's trying to challenge me.
They're not going to press you.
But I'm sure they're like, who the fuck is this? Who is this, bro? I'm sure they were like that.
Oh, no?
100%.
Yeah. In the next couple of days, you got some other kids wearing two sizes too big. And they're like, oh, yeah, he's doing it. So it's got to be cool.
Yeah, I started that. Nah, no one was following that trend, I'll tell you that. For real.
I appreciate the honesty and vulnerability. Now, my man, what about you?
I'm going to tell you off top, I have no shame in my game, bro.
Okay.
Sixth grade, bro, sixth grade. I had a really good friend, like, in sixth grade. We wore the same size shoe. And we both used to wear the fucking Payless fake Forces, the Shaq type, the Shaq one. I had the white joints. My boy had the white and the blue joints. So we would like mix and match. Like he'd rock the left one, I rock the right one and shit. Like we trying to be all cool. So I had that on, and I had a Harlem Globetrotters jersey on. It came with the full fit, but I just had the jersey on, and then I had like another, because I had a couple of the Harlem Globetrotters jerseys, and then I had another one which was like gray, bro. I stepped off that bus into, bro, this girl was like, what are you wearing?
Sniper in the building.
You don't know how to match. And middle school, bro, it's like those little tiny comments can just like derail you completely, man. So I was just so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed the whole day. I was so self-conscious. But like looking back, she was the only person that really like commented, but it was just like almost like out of like, she was clowning, but it was almost like out of disgust. Like, damn, he really rocked that fit. Man. So I was so self-conscious. No one else really said it, but I was just like,
African nigga, that hurt. I know.
It
You're
did.
Like,
so ever since that day, I bullshit you not. That's like what, 2003? Ever since that day in 2003, I made sure that I'm always matching in some way. So you probably see this nigga always trying to find a little thing to match, bro. Like, I always be trying to match something, bro.
Hey, no, that's true.
Always.
Hey, I don't judge how, like, I like how people do fashion differently. I like how people do fashion differently, but you know
Match
how you
something.
You peep your friend's styles. You're like, this nigga is so matchy.
A lot of monochromatic like stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some of it came out of that.
Yeah, but like with you and like with your style, we're like, we'll do super basic, right? We'll do like black turtleneck, black shoes, black pants, right? But like some of like the change and jewelry he has pops the outfit where it's like, boom, I'm gonna hit you in the face.
Or
with
I'll
this.
just change
It's
up
so
the color of the shoes or something like that, man. I'm like, because Wheeler swag is like very expressive, very expressive. You know what I'm saying? And I like, mine's a little bit more like, I guess I would say tamed.
Yeah,
a little bit more.
But my used to be, I'll say, for the most part, it was kind of like that where it was tamed. But until I met my girl now, like her style, she hates matchy. Like she would literally, like the fit would look clean if she matched this, but she won't do it. She's like, nah, I'll wear something else. Like she really hates it, but she gets her fits off and she got her own style. But yeah, that made me like, damn, I don't really need to match all the time. Maybe let me just try some other flavors out. So that's how I got there.
Mine's, I ain't gonna lie, mine's fitted, man. She be rocking on the Louis V and like Rick Owens. Like, shout out to Maya, man. She
shout out
fits.
to Maya.
Here
for sure.
Preston, she's nuts.
She put me on a lot of brands. I'm not gonna lie. Like she elevated the game, and now you can see with AØD too.
Okay. I did peep the fit. He did. We gonna talk about what y'all wear in a moment, but I'm gonna say shout out to It's really a shout out to my ex because I'm not gonna lie, I may get a couple people who get some dislikes, but I upgraded her fashion. Hey, no lie, bro. No lie. I put her on game.
It happens.
I'm down that hill. I put her on game.
It happens, bro. It happens.
That's what God put you in your life for.
Oh no, He put me in her life for many more things.
That's another 3-hour podcast right there.
Come on.
Because I want to keep friendships with other people.
That's a 3-hour podcast in another show.
I'm gonna respectfully just say that and just move on. So, I just want to say this, just moving into our next piece. And my next piece, I really want to ask you guys, because you guys are entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
And when we look at entrepreneurship, people either get turned on or turned off by it. And when we look at that, we see the end goal and the beginning goal. I see a lot of people start stuff and not finish stuff. And people are there at the end of a lot of those different things. And I'm curious, and I've been not just with you as you guys with creators, but all the people I have been recently on, I've been asking them, what was the very first struggle you had as entrepreneurs? Because people don't see that. They just see the end product.
Bro, we have the perfect story for this one. Josh, you want to run that one?
I'll run it right off the gate, man. Right off the gate.
God.
So when we started, right, remember I told you about the story about how when we started the brand, it was, combining this African chitenge fabric with modern streetwear and like t-shirts and stuff. So we had this tee that we came out with, which was kind of like, you see this, everyone always starts out with kind of like the little Supreme like style. Like, oh, if Supreme can fucking do the box logo, and so I'm gonna try. So we did it in our own way. So we had a box logo tee, but it had the chitenge on it, the African fabric, and then we had the AØD screen printed on top of the fabric. So So when we started out, we went to the screen printer and we gave him the fabric to do all that stuff, and he was having a couple little issues, but we're like, we should be okay. We should be fine with it. Like, okay, like let's just do what we need to do. Cut him. We'll take him to our guy. He's gonna sew him on. So we sew him on and do everything. Then a couple months down the line, we start seeing people wearing the tee, and it's like you can't even see the writing, the actual print on the chitenge itself was all like just messed up. Like it was fading. It was so embarrassing just seeing. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it's funny because I mean this was our first lesson because we just got the shirts. We were like, oh yep, these are cool.
Yeah, we didn't test them.
Didn't run through a wash, did nothing. So this is like the first time you come now. It's like your first impression, right? So people are like, okay, this is cool. I fuck with it. And then you give them this product, and then in 2 weeks, this shit starts breaking down. They're like, what the hell?
Oh, shit.
Like, I paid money for this, and like you can't even see the brand name on it because that's how bad the print was. Because the print company forgot to cure the print, so you put it in once, and then you have to put it in another time to cure it to make sure it's good. It won't fade. It won't come apart. So they forgot to do that, and so we didn't know that. We didn't check it or nothing. So when we started selling our merch, they were flying off, but all these guys were receiving like terrible quality stuff. So that definitely gave us it was a huge ding at first. Like, damn, we kind of had to revamp ourselves right after that.
Yeah, like
literally right after.
And that's right out the gate. And it was like there were a lot of people who were like, there's one person in particular. I've told it on one of the other podcasts that we did like a couple years ago, where one dude was like, "Yeah, this stuff is cool, but the quality is just not there, so I'm not copping." And that comment, bro, that one comment was the greatest thing that ever happened to us.
Okay.
Yep, the greatest thing that ever happened to us, because then it was like we really started paying attention to like, okay, making sure the structure of the tee is good. Does it hold? Let's do a couple wash tests. What's the shrinkage looking like? Okay, cool. Going to the right printer. What type of printer are we doing? We doing DTG? We doing screen? We doing heat press? Like, so we started getting into the nuances and making sure everything was really, really right. So we're not just giving people shit, because people are paying their hard-earned money to try copping our stuff. So everything that you cop now, the quality is guaranteed on point, and it's comparable to a lot of these higher-end brands, and I can stand on that.
And wow, I will say this, as a consumer, and not as a friend, because I'm biased. I definitely saw in like the last 3 years the quality of you guys' like material. Like, I believe it's not the Orca tees. I think it was like the apex of like the winter caps.
The hoodies,
and then I think the caps, the AO.
Oh, the beanies.
Yeah.
Oh, the beanies. Yeah.
Like,
Those are good. Yeah.
Those beanies test the motherfucking time.
For real though.
Bro, those test the motherfucking.
Gotta run those back.
And like from that point on, like it just the hoodies, the hats, the shirts, like. And I'm very particular, so I can definitely speak on, at least from like consumer wise, because that's when I was able, my money was more right to like buy you guys stuff more consistently. Where it's kind of like that's where I hit you guys right when it was to the fucking moon. Like I was like, damn. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And like even with the shirt too, like this is test of time type of stuff.
Yeah, that's timeless.
It's fly as hell.
Oh man,
I wish I had the red. I couldn't even get the red. I couldn't even get the red myself.
Yeah. I always get mad because I wish I got to keep some shorts.
Sorry. I didn't get shorts.
Yeah, bro. Like the shorts, I don't know. I love those shorts.
Okay.
I love those shorts.
So, another little small piece. Actually, this one will be off the beaten path. What was you guys' favorite piece that you guys have done?
Ooh.
That have done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man. That's a good question.
Oh man, we play no games here because we want to know the real y'all. Because y'all, to be honest with you, y'all make the brand go. The brand has its own thing, but y'all is it. Y'all the soul.
Man, I'm saying right now, like probably my favorite thing that we have done, and that is in the works right now.
Okay.
I think what's coming is crazy. Yeah. But the things that have been out, I probably will say it might be this collection or the orchid tees. I love those orchid tees.
Yeah.
Okay.
The orchid tees are cool.
All right.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna say orchid tees for sure, man. Those ones are really good. I think that one for me, it was just very personal because it took us a lot of time to like design that one, because that was like our first time really like getting into Photoshop, doing it ourselves, getting a little bit of co-design help. But that's why that one was so special. Cause
Yes, sir. Shout out Teasy.
yeah, shout out TZ, man. Shout out to him because he inspired like us a lot, like in getting really good with like Illustrator and Photoshop. They took a lot of hours and a lot of like going back and forth between the two of us to get it right, and that was a great process because we we love the guys we go to for the artwork and stuff like that, but it got to a point where it's like, man, even just little stuff we need to be able to do this ourselves. Like we shouldn't have to like dish out everything. So that's why that was probably one of my favorites, and then probably the hats and those tees. Those are my favorites. Yep.
All right. Yeah. So, all right, appreciate that. I will tell you my favorite in just a moment.
Yeah, what is yours?
That will lead us into another segment. I really feel, and I hate using, my boys and things like that as like this like example, but I feel like you guys are the perfect people to ask this question because we're talking about entrepreneurship, right? People either partner with people or collab with people. I've heard that a lot of different things, a lot of different ways. But how do you guys as a group deal with conflict? Because me and Kos have our things and things like that, and other things. But like you guys have been going, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Like 3 years strong, and I know you guys have their family bonds to keep you together, but things like that. But still, sometimes family ties don't keep people in business. Yeah. So my question is, how do you guys deal with conflict, with creative differences, collabing differences? Like, how do y'all make that work? Because y'all still here because it's working.
I mean, man, we've been doing this for like 6 years, damn near.
Yeah, almost 6 now.
6, damn.
Yeah. I mean, been some starts and stops in the middle, with regrouping. But,
I wouldn't say starts and stops. I'd just say it was just slower production.
Yep, that's exactly right. That's better.
Respectfully, drink the water.
That's real. That's real because we never quit. It was just like production would just slow down for whatever reasons. But
just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But man, me and Josh are both so stubborn.
Hell yeah.
I mean, we're Tauruses, so both. And I don't believe in the zodiac sign. That's a whole different. I mean, I wouldn't say I don't believe, but that's a whole different segment.
And this is when I press a button, stop the cap. Stop the cap. But y'all ain't paid me enough.
I just don't read it. So, but anyways, we're very stubborn. So some ideas that we might have or some changes that we might have might take a little bit longer, or we might have to take a break from speaking for like a day or two. And then once we like come back and realize we're able to work things out and keep it moving.
Yeah. No, it's true, man, because like the thing that keeps us like just completely going is just the greater vision.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? The greater vision of like what the end goal is, you know what I'm saying? And even though we might have some creative differences, it's like for me, I'll have times where I'm like passionate about a piece, right? And I'm like, bro, I put this together, blah, blah, blah. I go to Uwila, and Uwila's just not feeling it like that. Or he might tell me to do a tweak, and I'm like, man, fuck, bro, I just did this time. But then I waited there. I was like, oh, I see what this nigga's saying. Okay, for sure. No. Let's adjust that. No, for real. But the thing is, it's like I would never let one little thing where I'm just like where we have conflict about. Not conflict. It's just like we're trying to figure out. I'll never let that get in the way of other things that need to keep moving. Yeah. So if there's one conflict right here, I'm not gonna. Oh man, he just. Well, shit, I'm just gonna forget all the other stuff. Like, nah, bro, okay, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. We just this thing we need to just figure out. So it's just putting pride aside, bro. You know, really and shout out to these tees, bro. So.
Yeah, I mean, I could.
Whoa! Don't tell him.
Quick promo.
Whoa! You sounded like Tori there. Oh, dang! Quarantine. Oh, you might have to do my commercial.
Quarantine. I got you. Nah, but I mean. The other side of it is like I could be like, oh no, I don't feel that, and then I'll be like, damn, actually, this shit is hard. And, it's really just about pride and just seeing the end goal and the vision.
Exactly.
Just trying to understand.
Yeah, we never want to put out trash. That's the thing. Is like we never want to put out nothing that's just like trash because we're always testing. You know what I'm saying? We're not just gonna put out one thing repeatedly. Yeah. We're always testing new stuff and new designs, and that's just the way that we go about it. Because we're trying to get out a message and we're trying to make sure the message is as clear as possible. And so with that, sometimes it just it wouldn't make sense if we didn't have any disagreements at all, because we do have disagreements, but at the end of the day, we figure all of them out. But aside from that, we have a shit ton of synergy. Like, we see things at this point, we see a lot of the same things the same way, and we will look at something, and I won't say anything, but I'll notice something. I'll wait to see if he actually knows something. I'm like, fuck, damn, we noticed the same shit. I'm like, bro, I noticed that. Or I'll say something, or he'll show me something, and I'm like, bro, that thing right there is like, bro, I was thinking the same thing. So we have a lot of synergy just over the years and stuff. So, yeah, man, the bond is strong, man. Yeah.
Bond is strong.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
Yeah, bro.
And like, I appreciate you guys sharing that with me, because, you know, when you get on, at least when I come here, so like, I want to debunk myths with people where it's kind of like, yeah, you guys have done excellent things, but like, it's almost like a relationship. People don't know what it took for y'all to get here, or the conversations that are, you know, being had, and they think it just comes together. Where like, you know, where you're like, nah, I ain't feeling you, I ain't rocking with you today. But the coming back piece, that's it's called repairing, and that's why I always try to let people know, like, whether you disagree with someone or not, or you guys still have this one pattern to move, being able to repair that relationship will move any type of, you know, relationship or business partnership. And that's why I'm so glad to ask you guys that, and you guys, you know, spoke volumes about that. And no, I just appreciate that. And I guess I want to lead us into this next and almost like last piece when it comes on to like who you guys are. And, you know, Josh, you feel like you're reading my mind. Vision. Now, what's the vision for the brand?
Man.
What's the end goal? Like, how do you want to influence? Because I know y'all's gonna get money. That's not the problem. That's not the issue. But y'all individually spoke on the impact you want to have. And I'm just curious, what does that impact look? When you guys are worldwide, globally known, how are people going to feel you?
Yeah. Man, I think, honestly, man, and I think by the time that this comes out, this will probably already be good, but it's like, we're trying to get a message out, man, and that's why that the name of the brand is Above Our Differences. You know what I'm saying? Because above our differences, like, what you might see as differences, there's a lot of, like, commonality that you can find in the perspective that we're bringing. You feel me? And so every piece that we have, a lot of it is, like, we're inspired by a lot of different things, especially, like, growing up as, you know, in a Zambian household, which is African, and then also having, like, a lot of the influence of, you know, the modern American, like, culture, especially Black culture, being entrenched in that. And that's kind of what the brand kind of does, is try to combine those two influences. And so for us, we're trying to get a message out and just display that in the best way possible, man. Display that. Of course, we have, like, our goals, but, you know what I'm saying, like, wise men don't reveal their plans to the masses. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to keep that to your chest. But at the end of the day, we're trying to get big, and we're trying to go hard with it, man. So,
oh shit. I must be a dumb motherfucker, because I'm gonna make sure y'all hear every motherfucking thing I do. So when I get up there and I say in my acceptance speech, I'm gonna be like, excuse me, thanks, mama, but no, not mom, but like after mom. But if you, I told you, just like LeVar told you, I told you, my son, I did not tell you I was gonna do this. I did it. But no, I just like that perspective. And also, my man, do you share the same things as well, or you speak on it yourself, because, you know, it's just as much as yours as well?
No, for sure. I mean, everything said is exactly right. I think right now we're in a space where we actually we've always wanted to put a story and a message out there. Now we're actually doing it with an identity. You know what I'm saying? We actually, finding our backbone, finding our niche, finding our area to where we can always rely on, and to where we could just show the world and everyone viewing, like, our perspective of life, you know, because we're kids from Zambia. Josh has been in England, and then coming here to America, like, you know, that's a whole lot of perspective a lot of people don't get to see in their lifetime. So being able to carry that in our daily lives, but also show that with our brand now is something that, you know, part of the vision, and it's something that we're trying to just get across.
Yeah. So that's the thing is like the next pieces that you're gonna see are like it's gonna be very evident what we're talking about. It's very, very, very clear. So that's all I'll say.
Okay, I was gonna see if we can get an exclusive. I don't
Very
know.
clear. It'll be very clear.
We dropping some secrets.
very clear.
Oh
Man.
man, well,
One day I have to drop some sneakers. Not yet, but we have to drop sneakers in the future. I love shoes.
okay.
For real though. That'd be hard.
Well, at this time, it's shameless plug hour. So, man, these guys have said some wonderful things, and I had some funny retorts, but I can't play some of the funny retorts to make my jokes even more funnier. Because, you know why? Because I'm tired of using my own money. And I'm not going to lie, I need your help. If you donate $1 to cash, no, wait a second. If you donate $2 to $herobob, I promise we can get some headphones hooked up. And next time we have these guys on, they'll have the headphones on. And when they say something funny,
Hey, what Dr. Umar say? Donations. Gifts, donations.
Gifts.
$hero. Hero Bob. And
Big cash up. Cash out.
That's my cash
Yeah,
app. That's
come
the
on,
cash app.
come on, man.
And all I'm saying is, I promise I'll put all this back in the podcast so we can have even more fun, and we can have our guests can have an even more greater experience. And then on top of that, because there's this sound I really want to play. It's like, how dare you? Because that's one of my favorite sounds right now. It's just funny to me, and I just want it to be played. So once we get some more money, we can get some headphones, and we can have even more fun. So where you can find me, if you're interested more in this podcast, we're on YouTube, Play No Games. And also, not to confuse you, I'm running a whole operation out here. I'm at lookhere.fri on Instagram. That's the Lookhere matchmaking page.
Tap in.
On that Lookhere matchmaking page, there are clips of the show. And if you go on the Play No Games podcast, you can get us. Trust me. All this matchmaking, all this podcasting is going to take over, but I need your help. If you can do that, donate, or even drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe, that'll be lovely. Also, I got the leaders
Donations. Tap in. Donations.
of course, but after I plugged myself shamelessly, I gotta plug the next, the greatest giant. Y'all gonna have, storefronts in Seattle and Portland. Y'all like Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. I don't know.
It's gonna get scary, bro.
Wait, isn't Kemp the good one? The power forward?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. I was like, I don't want to be disrespectful.
Come on, man.
Y'all were Russell and KD. They should never move the team.
Come on.
Ray
Big
Allen
Shaq,
and Rashard
Carl.
Lewis.
There we go.
Ray Rashard. Let's go. D-Wade, LeBron.
Actually, you know what? Y'all been doing would y'all like to plug y'all stuff? Donations? Give me some
He
donations.
said donations.
Donation.
Where can they find y'all?
You can find us at AØD Wear. That's AØDWear. That's on all social platforms. And if you like what you see, go ahead and cop.
Tap in. Boom.
All their stuff will be in the description and the bio, and all the wonderful bells and whistles I will add to it because I'm doing all the stuff now. So, with that being said, I'm going to move us into our, I will press a button and then we go, because these where things get a little spicy, I can't save these guys now. I've been nice. Now we about to know what the streets want to know. Yeah, get uncomfortable. I'm gonna unbutton this because I'm not gonna lie. I got some questions for my friends.
All right, that's
But
good.
before I do what I want to do,
Yeah.
I forgot to tell y'all my favorite collab. You want to know what my favorite collab is?
What that is?
Because I hopped in, I hopped on the team for a little bit, and we was able to make what we got? We got the Love Don't Cost a Thing team.
One more time for the
The
people in the
Love
back.
Don't Cost a Thing team.
Yes. And when we talked about our favorite ones, we were talking pre-Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Come on, man, for
Oh,
sure.
shit.
We add the Love
shit.
Don't Cost
Come
a
on.
Thing in
Well,
there.
come on, we were waiting for
You know
this
what I'm
this
saying?
moment
That's
right
what I'm
here.
saying.
Oh, shit.
This is
Oh,
what we
shit. Oh,
talking
shit.
about, bro.
And I was gonna originally have it in when we were kind of like talking more business and things like that, but like our inspiration for this was for us to, for people to have a conversation about love and things like that. Yeah. Granted, I want to talk about the streets, but we're gonna talk about love first. Yeah. So when we created this tee, right? You guys talked about telling a story. I just want to know individually, right? What does love mean to you guys? And I don't know who wants to go, but like I've told and said my piece on this show so many times what I believe in, what love is, but like I feel like people can see this in the tee. And it took three of us. It took all of us to make this, because we put our own unique stamp. Because like you guys are talking about trading bars about what goes into a shirt. Like one thing I want to put on you guys is y'all helped me to make things more digestible for people, because sometimes when I talk about this love shit, it goes over people's heads. Yeah. And I'm seeing the reaction to our shirt. People are able to digest that. So please bless the people. What does this tea, what does love mean to you guys?
Yeah, go for it, Wheeler.
Damn, me first?
Rock, paper, scissors.
It is, man.
Rock, paper, scissors. Man, I don't know. I think love for everyone is different. I think for me, love is just having someone by your side through thick and thin, someone who supports you. Through thick and thin, and someone who's always there for you. And it doesn't matter what you do, they're always going to be there for you. I think love is much. I think love is much deeper than just the materialistic things, and of course that's nice, and it's a way to express love. But I think love is just getting to know someone and just having someone that meets your needs. Someone that's always there for you, who's gonna give you what you're missing, who's gonna elevate you in different areas, who's gonna help you grow, who's gonna see things in a different light for you than you didn't see yourself. So having someone like that is just, it makes a person like myself like 10 times stronger, because now I'm able to see things in a whole new light, and I'm able to attack the business or life in a whole new way with knowing I got, my Batman, right? I could be Robin, and you got Batman right next to me, you know what I'm saying? So it's cool. I think that's what love is.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Yeah. This man.
Good, man.
This man, he been to the mouth. He been training. He talking about.
That's exactly.
Man, what about you?
Yeah, man. When I look at love, a lot of the times I look at it from the frame of like, family and just friends, right? I think that's the best frame that I have reference for and what love is. And so, I know this, your platform is more about, intimate relationships, but like for me, that's the easiest frame that I can go to. And when I see it, it's like, I see love as your friend seeing you go through a fucked up situation and riding with you the whole time. I see love as you seeing someone who you know has a lot of potential, but they're not living up to it, and having a real conversation with them about it, even if it hurts. Even if it hurts, this is what the conversation, we have to have this conversation. I just feel like you're not living up. I think you need to do this, and that. For me, that's love. And I think that's why we're talking about it's like on the back of the tee, it's keeping it real. That's why I was like, putting that out there. And then love is also, like on the tee says, putting pride aside. Mm-hmm. I know myself, right? I know myself. I have pride. And the last couple years, I've really had to like address it when I'm like, and I was talking to Uwila about this, where it's like, I have to be able to recognize the moments where it's like, why am I putting up so much resistance to this thing? And I have to ask myself the question, is this because of like a moral standpoint, or is this just my pride is in the way? It's okay if I don't know something. I don't have to act like I know it, because that's some of the problems I have. Okay, I don't know everything. I can put my pride aside and talk, okay, you're coming at me the right way. Okay, cool. I can receive what you're telling me. So keeping it real, curbing pride, all the stuff that we got on the shirt, man, it is love to me. And that's just what it is. And I'm saying this. I'm not saying this from like a theoretical standpoint. This is real life shit. Because Rob, Uwila, you guys have been there for me through some fucked up moments, and we don't have to talk. We don't have to talk about these things because people might see me on Instagram and think, oh, everything on his life's good. Fuck no, you have no idea. You have no fucking clue. And so I know that you guys love me, and I love you guys, and I got you guys' back. And then also from a family standpoint, there's a lot. So it's very deep for me, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I could talk about it through a friendship and a family standpoint.
Yeah, facts.
Sure, I've never been in love before.
Oh,
That's fine. But like, I've seen real love in friendships and family relationships.
So you got a foundation of what you're looking for.
Yes. Yep.
okay. Wow. Well, interesting. You learned something new about your friends today.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I feel like I'm stuck in like a yin and yang right now. If you look from my standpoint, because the reason why, like, I appreciate how you guys both approach the question, and the reason why I made it really broad is because I didn't want to have any parameters, because love is such a contextual thing.
It is,
and I, Wheeler, you were just talking about from like an intimate standpoint, and you brought in family. But I really got that feel of like the intimate, and then Josh, you brought in that family piece, where it's kind of like all of that is needed, and that is needed for us to coexist and understand what love is, because love is ever trying, and I appreciate that. And I can see, like, you guys are talking about like the sparks y'all have when y'all create, and it's kind of like y'all just, it's not even like Batman and Robin, it's like Justice League. Y'all just be like, all right, this is what the people need. Like, all right, I'm gonna take care of this hemisphere, you're gonna take care of that. And I really appreciate that, because I think as a generation, when it comes to like males, we don't hear that, where it's kind of like people get weird. We're like, oh, I love my guys, we're like, no, we love Rob, I love you. Not just like, all right, man, like, and that is needed. And my thing is, like, I just want to put positivity and breathe that onto y'all, where like I like really felt that. I'm like, damn. Shit, because people get tired of me saying this shit. So I'm glad that I got some people that, because I didn't coach these people. Because when I like brought in like my idea for this shirt, y'all made sure that it was encompassing of what all the different areas and fields of what love has to be. Whether it's in an intimate relationship, whether it's in a family relationship, that these foundational things are needed. You do need to curb pride. You do need to, have some empathy. You need to have all these things to make those things work. And I think that's, definitely important piece to it. And I guess for our next segment, since we talked about the shirt shamelessly, and talked about love, we're going to talk about the state of the world when it comes to dating, because right now it's trash. And a lot of this stuff matters when we talk about these things. And so this is our new format. I'm going to ask y'all some questions. All right. I'll let y'all paper, rock, scissors, or whatever to, both of y'all don't need to answer.
That's fair.
Both of y'all need to answer, but I just need to answer. And then after I ask y'all three questions, y'all can ask me, because I'm the real life hitch. And the reason why I call myself the real life hitch is because I'm going to tell you my success and my failures.
Tell them.
Because it took a lot for me to get here. So, anywho, I want people to, they got your perspectives and ideals on love, but, for context matters. My man, you single or are you taken?
Can we pause this real quick? I just want to make sure we get this shit for Josh.
Context for our viewers, they already know how y'all feel about love and things like that, and the state of things. But I'm just curious, because we gotta know what other perspectives. You single or are you taken?
You know me, I'm nice. I'm taken.
Okay.
How many years again?
Man, 3, almost 4.
Dang.
Is it 3? Yeah.
Dang,
man.
She a bull thing. I ain't gonna say that last part because I got respect, but that's his part. He's gonna say that part. So Josh, what about you, man?
Yeah, very much so single, man.
Okay, we got perspective here. And
Yin
you know what?
and yang.
Yeah, you know what? I'm single, and I don't know. I'm talking to somebody right now. I don't know. But anyway, I'm single. But I got a question for y'all.
Lay it
My
on.
question is. Are modern day men and women ready to have relationships?
Yeah.
And
But not everybody.
And why do you think that? Could you give me a percentage? How percentage based? How many people do you think are actually ready to have a relationship?
I mean, after the fucking year we just went through, I would probably say it definitely dipped down. But I would say it's a strong 60, 65. It's over half, I'll say.
Okay.
I'll say, but it all depends on your environment.
Okay.
I'll say it definitely has to do with where you're at. Because if you're at a place where you've been at for a while, then obviously there's no new perspective or no new things what you're searching for, you can't find in that vicinity is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? You need to go out of your area to go find what you're looking for.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right, come on.
Right, okay. So I gotta, just want to, add a little, pepper on
Talk
it.
to him.
Yeah, come on.
So let's just say, I'm visiting your state. I ain't gonna out where you live and shit like that. Just say I'm kicking with you, kicking with high profile people. They look like they all, booed up. So would that heighten my chances? I think I got the right mindset. How does, a single guy go into, 3 years strong? I'm pretty sure you're around other people like that. Do you think that heightens my chances being around other couple people, or am I just a loose end? You're like, we gotta invite Robert again. That single bastard.
I mean, it depends if we like you or not.
Damn.
I mean, but for real, it depends. It's like you vibing, but you saying does it heighten your chances of finding someone?
Of course.
I mean, yeah, it gives you perspective.
All right. So
I mean, you get the good and the bad when you're hanging out with people in a relationship. Be like, oh, okay, this is why they're finding. Maybe I shouldn't try that with my girl when that comes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh, damn, I'm seeing Wheeler's acting this way. Damn, I would have done this a little bit differently. Here, I'll chop it up with him real quick. You know
this
what I'm
guy,
saying?
he's cheating on us. This guy.
No, yeah, I'm saying you gotta look at things and just in moments you gotta take a step back and look at it in the whole. Like, okay, how can I learn in this environment? Because every situation you're in, you can learn something if you open your eyes and your ears. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you approach it. I say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this next point, I would play another sound clip where I was like, you guys have fallen for my trap card because you asked the question I needed you to ask because, once again, I respect your relationship and I'm not going to give you a question that you can't answer.
Yeah. Thank
And
God.
I'm not going to bring up this nigga's past.
I would like it. I can't answer them.
So, Josh, when you said you're a single man, and I have a question for you. My question is, when you're out here in these streets, what do you look for in a short-term, relationship? And I'll let you define what you look for in a woman, and what do you look for in a long-term? I'll let you decide if you want to go short-term or long-term.
Wow. I think for the most part, man, if I'm looking, I gotta be looking for the distance, man. You know what I'm saying? Short-term relationship, I don't know, man. Of course, everyone has their little situationships that unfold. A lot of the times I think I never put pressure on situations. I just want to see it play out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say, we are this right now and you get what I'm saying? It's like, I'd rather us not have pressure on the situation and it just naturally develop to what it may be.
Okay.
And that way I'm not putting an image in my head of what I want this person to live up to. That way I'm just taking them for who they are. Oh, okay. Let me get to know this person more. Oh, shoot, I actually see this person as maybe more of a long-term relationship. But yeah, I definitely have my preferences in women.
Okay.
I do have my preferences. And I do have my preferences though.
Man, success.
I don't know.
Answer like a true politician.
Come on.
Giving away too many cigarettes, but saying the politically correct thing. So people,
For the people.
we smoking.
I'm a diplomat at heart.
There
Man.
we go.
I can be diplomatic.
Hey,
bro.
so
Man.
We was like, bro, you said a lot, but you ain't say nothing, bro.
Yeah,
That's what he
nah.
said.
I was just gonna say, I think the best situation happens when you're not looking.
Facts.
Oh,
I don't
speak
be
on
searching.
that.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, that's how me and my girl Maya got together. I wasn't looking at the time. I was just doing me and focused on myself. And randomly, she followed me on the gram.
Oh.
And then after that, a couple days, I slid in the gram one of the stories.
Was you like, I'm an icy boy?
Nah.
I got the glaciers.
When I saw that, I said I should have said that.
Shout out to Quavo.
Quavo was hard for that one. I said, hey,
Shout out to
come
Quavo.
on. But man, I just responded to one of the pictures, and then from there on, conversation took off. We started hanging out. I'm just go flow type of guy. So like Josh saying, I don't have no expectations in the beginning, but it ended up being long. I think when you go in like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a long-term shit, something always gets in the way of that because you already have an expectation. And she might not even have that expectation, but you trying to put that on her, and then you like, damn, I really like this girl. I knew trying to go along, but she's like, damn, that was just a fling, so I'm done with this nigga now. And now you're heartbroken. Now you're hurt because you had the expectation you're trying to go along with someone you didn't even have that conversation with, to begin with. So I think like in the beginning, like just, when you're not looking, like again, things happen. Fall into place.
Y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all good. Y'all
Oh,
good.
he wants the hardcore. Like,
Y'all good because I don't know what y'all, because it's different. Because this is why I gotta have you here, because they looking at each other and I can't always look at one
Nah, bro,
person
I'm
at a
looking right
time.
there. I'm looking
And
right
I've been-
there, bro. I'm
and
looking,
I'm
looking at the beautiful
I don't know
view,
if this
bro.
is like
Bro.
we taking over the street type of thing,
This
where it's
is-
kind of like he was like, "Hey man, hey, double down on this for me over here, double down for this
Nah,
over
bro, we
here."
think the same. We think a lot of the same about a lot of issues, man.
No, I know, I get it. I get it. But I know fair answers. In jest. Because the reason why I really want to get you guys' point of view is because when we talk about love relationships, people, reference, the futures, all these toxicity things, and like that is, masculine culture, and that's a part of it, but not truly what it is. Like it's it's a part of it, and some people can be about that, and that is the narrative that drives what goes on in the streets, where lots of people don't connect because they think, or you have this look, or like you're definitely that. So I guess I will shift things up and be like, and this is my last question, and then I'll open it up to you gentlemen, would be who do you think has it more hard in the dating world, guys or women?
Man, that shit's all game. That's like, it's tough. I think it's definitely tough because, I be on Twitter and I see how these guys be reacting to getting rejected and shit. And they be doing some crazy ass shit. Like I seen the other day, some dude pulled out a gun to a group of girls because he got rejected. I'm like,
shit.
bruh, that's like, you know what I'm saying? That's going way too far. And I'm sure that happens like
Ripping,
a lot.
bro.
But on the other side of things, it's like a lot. Some guys could be like dead ass serious, but they just getting played by women because they talking to 3-4 other dudes at the same time. So I don't know, man.
Oh, you ain't paying her, her rent? Oh, you ain't paying all her bills?
Yeah.
You
No. Paying all our bills. Hey, we're gonna do this together, man.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get it up together.
What you think, Josh? Who has it more tough? Men or women? And then it comes to
I'm
dating?
not gonna be diplomatic on this one.
Oh,
I think dudes,
yeah.
I think dudes have it pretty tough out here.
You have to out
I
here.
think so. Yeah, I think dudes in the modern dating scene, who are at least around our age, do have it tough.
In the modern dating,
I think that this is the whole
It's a safe space.
yeah, the whole red pill thing that that everyone be talking about.
RP, we don't want to get demonetized just yet.
Yeah, the RP or whatever.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what they be talking about is true in certain senses about, the high value male, blah, 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 and like, the higher status that you are, the more options that you do have, blah, blah, blah. I do subscribe to that, but I do think that there is like a certain level of attraction that women have to just general true masculinity, and I don't want to say in its raw form, but like it doesn't mean that masculinity doesn't necessarily mean that oh, you're coming out being extra aggressive about
Make
everything.
me a sandwich.
Nah, bro. Like, you could just be a man, a guy that's about his word and takes care of business, man. But you know, some women don't respect that. Some women are just looking for a certain type of dude that fits a certain profile for some, you know, couple that they look up to, and if it doesn't fit that, you know, image, then they're not gonna go for it.
Yeah, I mean, the social media plays into that.
It does,
like,
man.
Expectations,
It does, bro.
Because people,
It does, bro.
and that's the thing. Like, people don't want to live their own life. So,
Ooh.
you know,
Ooh.
they don't want to.
What's in that water?
Yeah. it's that holy water. Come on, man.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying?
shit. What's in that water, bro?
Talking.
Nah, but for real, they don't want to live their own lives, especially with social media playing. It's part of you going there and like, damn, this guy. And I you know, play into it sometimes. I gotta check myself, but it's like, damn, this guy is not working. He's chilling. Like, he got this, and that, and his girl, and his house, and man, these guys are living it. And from the girl's perspective, like, damn, okay, this girl has this, and that. Damn, how can I be like her? And then, yeah, and then that shit just gets blown into proportion. Like, people are changing their bodies and shit. And I'm not against that. It is your body. You can do what you want with it, but it just wasn't as televised without social media, and so, you know. So I feel like that's the norm now. So everyone wants to just change themselves to be like someone, instead of being themselves.
And that's once again, because how this show will be different from everyone else's shows. We want to bridge gaps with people. Now, obviously, because I want to say this on record, I'm at jest with these gentlemen. I'm just making sure we're, you know, keeping the entertainment factor up. But what they're really saying too is like some real gems. And like, there are certain elements where I feel like as a culture we struggle with. We live on these extremes where if you do something nice for your girl, you have to pay all her bills. And if you don't pay all her bills, you ain't a real one. Right. Or if a chick wants to make dinner, or, you know, or should say something feminine, if you do that, you can't go out and you can't work and you can't. And I just get so upset hearing that, because at the end of the day, it's about role playing. When I mean role playing, not sexually, role playing is, all right, if someone, and this was a bit that we were going to have for our drop. We were going to have a high-profile female, a high-profile lawyer, and we're going to have an entrepreneur dude. Let's just say he was a carpenter, or let's just say he owned a food truck. Yeah. But they found a way to coexist, and that works for them. Where let's just say, hypothetically, she takes care of most of the bills, and he, you know, takes care of what he needs to take care of. And if they agreed upon that, and that's the role that they play, because a lot of people confuse roles with gender roles. No. What is your role within the system? Because if we take that man out, let's just say he had 4 or 5 responsibilities. Now that woman has to pick up those 4 or 5 responsibilities. Yeah. And she needs that 4 or 5 things done, and vice versa for the man. And people will look at the monetary value of that, because that's what we quote unquote care about. But honestly, at the end of the day, when it comes to humans, when it comes to relationship, we care about that connection more than anything. Yeah. That's a little more when I hear and sit when I'm in therapy. Why can't I get this relationship to go? I have all these things. I can do all these different things. No. How are you mending and repairing those relationships? And that's the the bridge I want to gap with a lot of the stuff that, you know, you guys are both saying. And, you know, definitely correct me if I'm wrong, because that's what I'm hearing, where they're like, there's nothing wrong with, you know, a female or a male or non-binary or gay or whatever, how you identify. It's about what is your role in this relationship and how can you play it to the best of your position? Because I'm going to break it down in basketball terms. We live in a culture right now, one superstar can't get it done. Can't get it done. You need those Jared Dudleys. You need those J.R. Smiths, because I'm a 3-and-D guy. I'm going to coach up the young cats. Because if you take one of them people away, LeBron complaining. I ain't got enough help. I know, and I'm not even trying to say this is a dig against LeBron. Yeah. You have a role, because this is a team sport. Building a family is a team sport. Just like with the kids, just like with the dog, you have a role.
No, for sure.
So I appreciate you gentlemen bringing that to light, and I just want to make sure that no one misconstrues what you guys are going at, or, you know, what I was doing, just jesting and entertaining, because what you guys are saying has so much so many gems in so many different sectors. Because if you think not as one entity and you are a spectrum, because you're building yourself up, but that's neither here nor there. Because we only got maybe like 5 or 6 more minutes and then we're done. Yeah. I just want to leave this floor open because, like I told you guys, I'm a real life hitch, and I, go through a lot of different things personally and professionally. So I know a lot about relationships. Yeah. And at this hour and point in time, if you guys have any questions or want to ask me anything about what's going on in the dating world, marriage world, shoot me a question. I might have an answer. Anything that's probing your mind. And if not, no pressure.
I don't have any. Well, do you have anything else dating wise?
That's what?
Dating related?
How do you bridge the gap of communication when people are coming from 2 different backgrounds, saying rich or poor, or different, nationality and stuff like that?
Ah, man.
What would you say?
Well, my last relationship, I was in an interracial relationship, so and that's where I speak upon when it comes to those differences. And what I would just say for anyone who's in any difference, whether it's racially, religionally, and things like that, the main goal should always be, what can we do to stay together? And I feel like that gets lost within someone's inadequacy to be like, oh, I'm not like this. Instead of having that curiosity to be like, oh, what can I know so I can know you better? Whether that is from a racially or that's from a religion standpoint. And I feel like we get lost in that piece, and then that becomes very selfish, because at the end of the day, we have to balance being one person individually coming together, being one whole person. Yeah. And I think that's what people get lost in, and that's that arrogance to be like, oh, well, I'm not like this. How about coming with a curiosity of like, I don't understand this. Yeah. Please educate me. Yeah. And then over time, getting better with keeping that curiosity, be like, yo, I didn't know that. Yeah. And whether, she gets all the money or things like that, or all you at this point too as well. Because there's so many different concepts to that. We'll just say like a money difference. I heard that, right? Yeah. Being able to be like, I know you bring in the bag. What can I do either is at home or for you mentally, so I'm helping. I'm helping you. I have some worth. So you know that I'm trying, and I'm trying to put my place, in this relationship, because as we talk about, love don't cost a thing. Yeah, at the end of the day, when that money runs out, your job will not be at your funeral. Yeah, for real. They will not. The person you put that time and energy will be. But hopefully that.
Nah, that's good.
That was answers that.
That was a good answer, bro.
Hopefully,
good perspective.
Yeah, Josh, you got a ratchet question for me?
Nah, bro.
This nigga itchy for the ratchet question. You got a ratchet.
Nah, bro. Should I go left?
No one is going left. No one's going left in the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, go on, man.
Give me something that's gonna be tough. Gonna be like.
I'm trying to hear.
I gotta think about it.
Lay it on him.
Be like, if she's like, yeah, Rob, we trying to bring in another dude in the situation. Like, how do you
play no scenarios all the time? If she got
put me on the scenario.
If she got one leg and a missing eye, but she got a fat ass.
I would.
No discrimination. Come on.
No discrimination.
Come on.
I ain't gonna go there. Bro, how was the design process for you, man? Because there was steps, man. How was the process of making the tee?
First time. That's a good question.
Oh, good question.
That's a great question.
Because you did hats and stuff, and you did stocks before a couple years ago. That hat was fire, by the way. Y'all need to cop that hat. DM him.
Collector's item.
Yes. That's fire. Cop that.
I think that's actually an excellent question. I will just say this. When it came to, that design, I'm not gonna lie. We boys, you know what I'm saying? It's my brother over here, you know what I'm saying?
Lay it on us.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my fear, I'm gonna keep it real. My fear was like, I knew Josh would lean in and be like, all right, you know, I see the vision, I'm gonna work.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I thought you would be the hardest person to rope into this project.
Really?
Because I call you Mr. Icon, right?
Yeah.
For a reason. Because, bro, your fits be there. Your
I
fits be
appreciate
there.
it.
And
I
like, you know,
appreciate it.
I be low-key trying to battle this nigga. I gotta do this nigga.
Appreciate y'all
And, like,
battle you.
my fear was, like, will Uwila be on board with this? And, like, how can I
With
make
what
it,
aspect of it?
with just the whole, like, concept and, like, bring it into streetwear? Because, like, I say that we kind of, like, are, like, fashion cousins because, like, I like your style. Like, I'm like, I get that, and I would wear shit like that.
Fits, bro.
Yeah, he'd be having fits. And that was like more of my process. And like that, I wanted to make sure when I was stepping to y'all, especially you, that I was like, all right, this is where I want because you guys are about telling a story. Josh knows my story. You know, you've heard bits and pieces of my story.
Yeah.
Because my story, I made sure anything I do, I put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
So I would say that was a bit of my fear, and just overall, just answer your question, the whole process of doing the shirt, I feel like I've doubled down even more when it comes down to like what I feel and what I understand about love, because everyone, it's almost kind of like the Usain Bolt thing, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I put Usain Bolt as the like top 3 athlete in the world, because what can mostly every human do? They can run.
They can run,
He's the
bro.
fastest human out of all
crazy.
human beings.
Yeah.
And what's the other thing humans can do with capacity? Show love.
Yep.
So as a therapist, as a matchmaker, I know I'm a cut above, you know, a lot of the population, but everybody can talk and know that shit.
Yeah.
So I put myself, and the reason why I don't get arrogant, because I learned something from you, learned something from you, where it's kind of like, how can we put this on a shirt so we can stimulate conversations with people about love?
Yeah.
And y'all taught me some things about what to do and what to bring with streetwear. So I would just say being able to translate the story onto a brand, onto a shirt is something you guys taught me very well.
Yeah, because that's
That's
the
dope.
thing. That's the thing is like the
That's cool as hell.
concept of love, and this is the conversation we've had. It's easy to get corny quick. It's easy to get corny quick with love concepts, bro. It's super easy. And so it's like, but,
You see that ting? Oh my gosh, we keeping it real. Good God, I'm sick. Oh, whoa, shawty.
for real.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah,
No, wait,
yeah.
we can just fix real quick.
Ooh, she said, ooh.
Hey, Wheeler ain't looking no. He looking over
he's
here,
faithful.
bro.
Zoom in.
Anyways,
I'm sorry.
distraction, man.
No, you're hella funny, bro.
So
The eyes right away. I said,
no, man. So basically, it's like these are.
I'm sorry, Josh.
It's like love is a concept that can get corny quick, and it was hard finding the balance going along the process of trying to make it something that's palatable without, you know, I don't want to say the lowest common denominator, but without like a street nigga being like one of our friends from the hood or something, like being like, oh, that's some corny ass shit. I ain't fucking with this shit. Niggas talking about love. Because we thinking about, okay, how do we rope that guy in too? You know what I'm saying? And so I think we tried to find the best balance of it, and I think we did a good job, bro. I think we did a good job.
Yeah, I think the concept was fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I agreed upon it the first time I heard it.
No,
Because he came up with love don't cost a thing. I was like,
Oh
damn.
no! Oh, whew. Wrote it. I was like, yes, sir. I was
Yes, sir.
I was like, oh,
The
dude.
idea started running right there.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I just want to say this. I appreciate, one, I appreciate, meeting you. You become one of my brothers, man, and you introduced me to your cousin, because I would just say this. Y'all whole family got talent, and my thing is y'all come from a cloth that is like, I would say, timeless. And the reason why I say timeless is, from your family members I have met, it's just like that air that you guys have. And, I always say this is, no matter what happens with the brand, things like that, I'm always for, positive things like that. I just know the lives that you guys are living are affecting the people that are in your micro settings. And I just want y'all to know not to take that for granted, because you guys have lights that affect people, whether it's just a hi, good morning, or just those basic things, because I feel and see that, because the following of people that I hear speak of you and hear speak of you. And my thing is, I'm so glad we have the opportunity to collab, and I hope, when because this shit gonna hit even more. That if we could do this with love, I know we can do a tea that is street savvy for mental health, because that shit ain't out there. Because all that
That'd be
stuff
cool,
and shit
actually.
is boring. I said it, boring. And I think y'all are a perfect people to talk about mental health in that aspect. But with all that being said,
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me.
For real, that's dope. This
Podcast has been
this was
going
actually
up, man. I've seen
probably. I was not expecting it to be this fun.
hey,
And I'm not saying as a diss. I had no expectations, but it was just smooth the whole way through, bro. I enjoyed myself.
We've seen the improvement, bro. Like you've really been putting in the work, bro. Like you really be grinding, bro. Cause like it's hard to stay consistent in this game that you're in.
Especially
bro.
when you're doing everything by yourself,
When you're doing
editing everything.
Yeah,
Woo.
with help.
Cost Jr., y'all
Cost too,
helping.
yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Y'all
Costa
hate
Jr.
it,
Yeah.
But I'm doing it.
Yeah,
You're
but-
the lead. You're the lead. You know what I'm saying?
Majority, yeah.
It's hard to stay consistent in this game and like seeing you week in, week out. Like, bro,
Yeah.
Sunday you gotta work. You gotta work on the pod. I'm like, damn, bro, this guy really getting in work and really being consistent. Like he's not playing. So that's why like when he's talking about being the #1 podcast in Portland, he can say that with his chest because he's putting in the work.
Yeah. And that work,
see it.
that work's gonna pay off
And it's
soon,
gonna
man.
pay
You
off,
just
bro.
dropped a TV
Just
show.
watch.
That's epic, bro.
Oh man,
watch.
man, I can't wait to show y'all, the next things I got cooking up, because I'm
epic.
definitely taking over when it comes to, because at the end of the day, I'll say this as well, that this podcast will grow into me having my own show. I won't have or be owned by a network, because I will create a network, because we don't have enough
Come on.
networks talking about mental health,
Come
talking
on.
about real love, and having real ass conversations, whether you agree or disagree, because at the end of the day, people whoever listening, we have to coexist with one another. You don't know who's changing your tire or who you're talking to.
Yep.
And my thing is, at the end of the day, I'll even put this out there too, no matter religion you serve or anything like that, the basic common human thing we can do is be kind to each other.
Yep.
And the next basic thing is for us to each reach out and try to understand and not to invade purposely. So that's something that I want, and I'm glad to have you gentlemen on, because at the end of the day, you guys are the embodiment or what's being the best version of yourselves.
Yeah.
And when I say yourselves, it's not because of your maleness, not because of your blackness, it's because when you were born, you were given a soul. And I believe this wholeheartedly. Your mama gives you a name for a reason, because that's what your soul is attached to, and that's what people connect to the most.
Come on.
There we go.
That is
I
what I
appreciate it.
feel.
Good way
But
to close, man. It's a good way
with
to
all
close.
that being said, this has been the Play No Game Show.
Come on.
And if you like me, follow, subscribe. Words. Lookhere. .fir on Instagram. Play No Games on YouTube. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Please check out AØDWear. AØD
sir.
Wear.
Above our
They're
differences.
dope pieces. They're uniting us one step at a time.
Yes, sir.
And this has been the Play No Games podcast.
Yeah.
Money.
Probably wondering if I think of you. Sorry, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, I'm for the bag right now. Yeah, for the bag that I never had. Yeah, you probably mad right now. Yeah, I got a 2-piece now. Shit, I think they call them groupies now.